Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What Do You Dream podcast. I'm Nick with Kristi.
Hello.
And you can't see it right now, but Kristi's doing a little dance.
I'm doing my happy dance. It's a new episode.
It's a new episode. It's our 10th episode.
It is. Happy 10 episodes.
We did
Woo.
it. Woo, woo,
I wish
woo,
I had
woo,
like
woo.
a champagne bottle to pop or some sparklers or fireworks or something. But probably
That would be a fire
off...
hazard, especially considering where you're recording.
Yeah, if I set off fireworks in here, I'd set all my clothes on fire.
Be like, what happened here? Well, I was celebrating a 10th podcast. Congratulations, thank you. And I burnt down my house.
I have spent way too much money on all my belongings to burn it down now.
Summary of the West. The West prosperity.
But yes, 10th episode. I can't
Yes.
believe we've hit 10 episodes. And we have people listening. That still blows my mind that we actually have people listening to us. So thank you. I want to say thank you to our loyal listeners. Thank you for listening every week. Honestly, it means so much to us that you are actually tuning in every time we drop a new episode and you're listening. It really makes me so happy, and it keeps us doing these episodes, because honestly, if we had no listeners, we just wouldn't even bother. But the fact that you guys are there every week listening to our podcast, it makes us want to keep going and bringing you some funny, wholesome, sometimes a little bit weird, actually a lot of the time a little bit weird, not even a little bit weird, just a lot of weird. So thank you.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, I the exact same way. Thank you so much for everybody listening. It started off as a hobby. I mean, it still is a hobby, but but like it is validating to see that people are listening and they are enjoying it. And you know, if you're enjoying it and you want to actually participate, make sure you email us at whatdoyoudreampodcast@gmail.com. Send us your dreams. We love them.
Or if you don't want to
crazy.
type it out, just record yourself saying your dream and send us the recording.
That too.
Then you can feature, your voice can feature in this podcast.
You can do it any way you like. You want to be sultry, you want to be normal, you want to be insane. We accept you for who you are. And also, you can also share it on our socials. What socials do we have, Kristi? I'm really shit at this.
We have Instagram and we have Facebook. So like us, follow us, comment on our posts, watch our videos, check out our Friday fun facts. You might even learn something. Yeah, we really need to do a jingle for that, don't we?
Friday fun fact with Kristi and Nick.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Workshop it.
Work in progress.
You know, it's a work in progress. Be like, it's like, oh, was that your first take? Yes, it was my first take. Very much so. Oh man! So before we get into the meat and veg of this episode, I was actually a guest on another podcast. Yes, I cheated on you, Kristi. I'm sorry.
So rude. But you know what?
I know.
I'll allow it because it is actually a very good podcast.
Yeah, no, it was so the podcast is called the Toastmasters Podcast with Daniel Hughes, and it's a podcast that talks about public speaking, how to be a better public speaker, unlike me right now.
And I learned nothing from going on that podcast.
I have learned nothing. And I did a episode called, I think it was called the comedy edition, and we talked about how my approach is to public speaking, using comedy as a means of broaching the gap between audience and presenter, and you know, it got a bit philosophical at points too.
It did. It did. I enjoyed learning more about you, which I didn't think I would, but I did.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I know, right? Learning about me is great. It's oh yeah, no, you can say anything.
Can I?
Don't say anything. No.
And can I just say, Dan Hughes is an amazing interviewer. Like, he asked the right questions and he got right into the nitty gritty without bullshitting, which is what we tend to do a lot. We talk a lot of crap when we could really just get right down to the point. But
that's the content. We are the crap. The crap is the content. That's the, you know.
Yeah, we are the crap.
We're the stars.
No, but I actually really enjoyed listening to that podcast.
Yeah, no, dude, some of the questions he came up with, and I was just like, whoa, because like because I kind of had a rough idea of where we were going with stuff, but like not like a set guideline. But as it went on, he was asking me questions and stuff, and I was just like, God damn.
But you answered them very well.
Thank you. I can I be I don't want to be a politician, actually. I'm practicing. No, I'll just keep on talking. Well, actually, so funnily enough, I was actually on my gaming PC when I did it. I wasn't on the PC I use for podcasts because I was playing games before it, and I couldn't be bothered switching. I still had the same mic, so it's okay. But he had his camera on. I didn't have my camera on, and it was funny because like
you didn't put your camera on, so he's just talking to no one.
Yeah, I mean
the whole podcast.
Well, actually turned out pretty good because I look like a hobo. I was in a singlet, which I'm always in a singlet.
You are wearing you are wearing a wife beater but right now.
Yes, and you know me. We're friends. That's fine. Dan and I have a good working relationship, and I don't think he's ready to see me. But
you couldn't have put on a nice shirt just for a podcast.
It was hot. Well, it turns out it worked. Because I think his words were, if he saw me, he probably would be laughing more because he had to actually cover his mouth during a recording. Otherwise, it would come up on the recording and would sound like it would interrupt the flow because he didn't want to. See, that's how good of an interviewer he is because he facilitated it so much that he had to suppress his emotions. Thank you, Dan. And then we're just laughing like a bunch of shlomos. I love it. But if you haven't listened to it yet, we posted the link on our Facebook.
We did.
Again, it is the Toastmasters podcast with Daniel Hughes. It is a great show to listen to. If you want to get better at public speaking, anything like that, you should give it a listen. And also, if you're like me, which you should by now, and if you don't, thanks for hate listening to me. I hate Kristi. I don't know who this Nick guy is. Oh, god damn. So, today, we're changing things up a bit.
We are.
Because
we're useless.
We don't have a dream.
We're both useless. And
we're useless. The whole concept is what you dream. And yet, where's the dreams?
Neither of us have dreamt.
And I think because it's getting hot for me, I think it's getting hotter.
It is.
And I sleep weird I sleep worse in that transitionary period. And I just can't get that like relaxation in.
Do you know what?
And part of that, yeah.
This one's all on you because I had a fantastic dream last episode. So this one's this on you. This is on you completely.
Or maybe let's look at it this way. Let's pull out some debating stuff. Maybe I didn't want to take away from your fantastic episode, and you haven't listened to it. It's Dear Charlie, episode 9, and it was, I would say, like the HBO equivalent of dreams. You know. And I don't even know what's the equivalent. What's like a cheap Showtime? There you go. Showcase. That's the cheap equivalent. But it had Dexter. We like Dexter. I mean, I like it. Anyway, this isn't TV stuff. But one thing that I would like to talk about is this thing called binaural beats. It's not a sponsor. It's honestly, it almost sounded like I was leading into, hey, listen, if you're like me and you like to listen to nice music, listen to Binaural Beats, the sponsor of this podcast. It's like, no, it's not that.
Who would listen to Binaural Beats? Ugh, that sounds like an AM podcast.
I was thinking more like headphones, like, you know, Beats by Dre, Binaural Beats by Dre.
Yeah, okay. Yeah? Actually, when you said Binaural Beats, I don't know why, but my thought just went to Dwight Schrute from The Office. An image of a beat just came into my head. I feel like that would be Dwight.
And he's just got 2 beats.
That would be Dwight Schrute's podcast. That's what it would be. Binaural beats.
And he'd be talking about and we're going to talk about the different kinds of beats. We're going to talk about this and this.
Bears beats.
Beats, therapy beats.
Yes.
Binaural Dwight Schrute beats. I was actually having a conversation with somebody, and they worked out that I had a podcast, and they were like, "Oh, what do you talk about?" And I said, "Dreams." And this individual, this individual is known for their experimentation with substances that alter the state of mind.
Yep, I'm with you.
It's so funny. And they were like, "Oh man, I love dreaming. I was always about it. I was about lucid dreaming, which we'll go into in another episode. But this is kind of a good precursor to lucid dreaming." And he's going, "Oh, have you heard of binaural beats? Binaural beats." And I bet you all going, what the hell is binaural beats? Well, so what binaural beats is that it's kind of sound therapy. You listen to different frequencies. Certain frequencies elicit different tones. So that's kind of the core of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really much into very much into this, like listening to like certain music that hits certain frequencies that are meant to give elicit specific outcomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a load of bullshit. I thought it was a bunch of hippie crap. I'm so dismissive, but it's strange. So I started reading up on it,
mm-hmm.
and I found some literature reviews and studies. So I'll give you a quick overview of it. So basically, advocates of it recommend it as a means of treating stress, anxiety, and other close related disorders. And that kind of stuff relates into sleep disturbances. And basically, you got to listen. You have headphones on, a series of frequencies play. Depending on the frequencies, will elicit a specific response. For what I was looking into, it was more about sleeping,
mm-hmm.
because I didn't really. And look, right now it's still in. I'd say it's still in its infancy. I mean, there's like the research papers I could find were from 2015, 2018, which is new and pretty current. Anything 7 years, you're pretty happy with. So according to a 2015 literature review, the tones that should be at frequencies lower than 1000 hertz for the brain to detect the binaural beat. The binaural beats that a person perceives is the frequency between different waves between the left and right ear. So you're kind of playing with two different tones in two different ears. So like
mm-hmm.
they're not lined up. They're not like classic stereo that we're used to, right?
Yep.
Like stereo, usually you hear both things going at the same time. So for example, the left ear registers a tone at 200 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
And the right ear will register 210 hertz. And the binaural beat is 10 hertz. And this sounds like a maths class. But the binaural beat is the difference of the two beats, right?
Yes.
So you're playing at different frequencies, but each ear is working at a difference, and the difference of those frequencies is that binaural beats.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, okay. So there's also a following study in 2018 which suggested that listening to binaural beats for a recommended period can provide a person with subsequent behavioral and sleep cycle changes. So the author's study, let me just actually pull up the name so I don't sound like it is by Padma Baham, Hurlderth and Laws, first published in 2005 actually, but it was probably republished in 2018. It was reviewed in 2018. So they found 5 different waves. These 5 different waves had 5 different reactions. So the first wave is delta wave, right? So the binaural beats in the delta waves operate between 0.5 to 4 hertz. So this is which links to a dreamless sleep, which we're not interested in. We want dreams.
No, we want dreams.
But in the study, they found that people who receive these frequencies during sleep had a deeper stage of sleep, according to brain scans.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then this one we're kind of interested in, the theta pattern, theta. I forgot what it looked like. I know it's Greek. So practitioners who set binaural beats at the theta pattern to a frequency of 4 to 7 hertz found that it would improve meditation, creativity, and sleep in rapid eye movement phase.
Ooh.
So, and I think, so I'll quickly go over the other ones, but I'll come back to the theta discussion. So you got the alpha brainwave, you got your alpha pattern. I'm getting silly. The binaural beats and the alpha ones had a frequency between 7 and 13, which encourage relaxation. So it looks like the more it's becoming more active, the higher it goes.
Yeah.
The beta pattern. Do you say beta or beta?
Beta?
Beta. I say beta. I say both.
beta.
I bounce between the two. Yeah. So the beta binaural beats, their frequency between 13 and 30, and it's meant to promote concentration and alertness. But if it's done incorrectly, it can cause high anxiety, which makes sense because if you're more alert, you're going to be, And then in the gamma one, you've got where the gamma patterns range from 30 to 50 hertz, and it's suggested that the frequencies promote a maintenance of arousal, not like that, get your mind out of the gutter, while a person is awake. An arousal state being you're aware, you're alert.
Okay.
That's what in the yeah.
Okay.
So let's bring it back to our favorite, the theta. Theta. What do we want to say?
I say theta.
Theta. Let's say theta. I like it too. So you got our theta waves. So it's interesting how it can contribute to meditation, creativity, and sleep. It's almost like because the dreams are a creative outlet, right?
Yes.
This creative connection and creation of your subconscious.
Yes.
Or just your brain. And it's so funny how you got that meditative. It's like that way have you ever done meditation before?
No.
I tried it a few times. It depends. Like I can't do meditation in yoga classes because I think it's a bunch of.
Yeah.
If I'm by myself though, I can do it.
See,
it's more of a solitary activity for me.
I can't sit still for that long. I'm a fidgeter, and I can't sit still for that long.
Well, it's interesting because listening. So it's. That meditation creativity element is that like your mind wanders. So if you're in meditation, you're kind of taught to not really suppress and just kind of take things on, like feelings wash over you and just acknowledge them, all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of like what happens when you're dreaming, right? Like you're having all these dreams. So the dreams are like plays by your mind that you kind of wash over you. You acknowledge, you accept them, and you kind of move on. It's just funny how that all kind of connects, It's this really kind of funny. So what do you think of it so far? Like I
kind of want to try it.
Yeah.
So
well.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Are we experimenting here? Are we?
No, you go.
No.
I'll follow up. Well, I tried it.
Oh, you tried it. Okay. And how'd you go?
So, I'll tell you my whole experience.
Okay.
I'm going to have to try it again. I'm going to have to try it a few times because I did it the night I had my second COVID vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that may have contributed to my experiences.
Okay.
So what you need, number one, you need headphones. Everything says headphones. Not the you can put in-ear stuff, but it's basically, it needs to be able to stay on your head the whole time.
So the ones that go around your ears?
I would say over your ears.
Yeah. Okay.
So get that first. I looked up something on, what was it, Spotify? Which is where we house our podcast, by the way.
Nice.
Nice. So I was pull off a binaural beats on Spotify, and there was a ton of different things.
Really?
This is before I did a proper research on it, because as we went through, there's a lot of different frequencies that do different things.
Uh-huh.
And some of them they're concentration ones, and they're like, do not do this if you're trying to go to sleep, because you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like messing up your brain. So I found a sleep one.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. So I was looking up stuff on YouTube before this, but I don't pay for YouTube Premium, so I can't play it while my screen's off, and I didn't want to have my screen on all night. And it tells you the list of frequencies they use, and it seems like they try and bring you down into a lower frequency to get you to sleep.
Yeah.
So it starts off in that kind of theta. It starts off in that kind of alpha-y, let's relax you.
Yeah.
Let's get you to relax. And then it kind of brings you into that theta, and then it does the delta. It kind of does this tier thing.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently it's meant to be more, it can do lucid dreaming. So that's what my friend was talking about, was how much he wanted to do lucid dreaming. And this is a gateway to it. So I was really keen for that lucid dreaming experience. And then I found this music, I played it, and I was just like, well, this is bullshit. Why is this working immediately? Where is the payoff? But then stuff got weird.
Okay.
I actually got into this I started to really relax. So much so I felt like I was sinking into the bed more than being in the bed. Right? So, like, have you ever had that feeling before, sinking into a bed?
No.
It was trippy.
I was going to ask, did you experiment with mind-altering drugs before this as well?
No, I'm completely clean, square as all hell.
Good to know.
I am 90-degree angled on 4 corners. Fucking hell. God damn it. What is that joke? Gotta laugh out of you, though.
Yeah, because I just laugh at you, not with you.
Wait, isn't that how old people laugh? Mike's, oh God, my life is a lie.
Okay, so you were sinking into your bed.
Yeah, I started off feeling like I was sinking into my bed, and I was like, okay, so it's funny because I had this feeling of I was falling asleep and feeling super relaxed, but I wasn't asleep. I was in the pre-sleep stage, going back to that sleep paralysis discussion we had a few episodes ago.
Yep.
It was kind of like that, but there was no associated panic.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I was just like sinking. And I was like, yeah, what's happening?
Peaceful. You felt peaceful.
Peaceful sinking. Yeah,
okay.
Peaceful sleep. Yeah, it's kind of like, have you seen videos of those hamsters that are asleep and you can like pat them and they flatten like a pancake?
No, but I want to now.
Oh my God. It's freaking adorable. These hamsters are like, they go to sleep and they go, I'm gonna go sleepy. And they just keep patting them and they just get really flat like a pancake. That's what I felt like.
Aww.
After this, we're going to look up the video.
Yes.
And if anyone right now who hasn't looked at it, pause this video, watch and come back. Okay. Welcome back after watching that video. I really, that's how I felt. Like, that's how I felt. I felt like a squishy, fluffy little hamster that was getting pat by its owner. So that's weird. It's weird. That's a weird thing. I knew it was. And the funny part is that I felt like I was aware of it. I didn't feel like I was losing control. I was like,
yep.
This is weird to be feeling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started to get little feelings of little like not flashes, or it's like not touches, almost like impulses, electrical impulses. I could feel it going up my leg, up my body, from my toes up. And then when it hit the back of where my like neck meets my hair, and then I could feel it. I felt like I could feel every follicle on my head.
Wow.
It was intense. It was a really intense feeling, and I was tripping. I was tripping. I was like, I can feel every piece of hair on my head. It was so, and it was, so. Have you heard of ASMR? I'm taking this to
and I hate it.
Yeah, no. And so the reactions of people, for people who don't know what ASMR is, I don't know the actual name, like what the actual name is, but I know it's really gross. The name's actually quite gross.
Oh, I hate ASMR. It just, no, I don't want to hear people whispering or crunching on chips or whatever they do. No, thank you.
Oh, I don't like the food stuff.
Ugh, I hate.
It's strange.
No one wants to hear you chewing.
So, yeah, no. It's a lot of people do. I think it's a lot of men, because I don't think there's a lot of men doing it who are doing the weird stuff.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of men doing that. It's all ladies. It's called autonomous sensory meridian response, and I think it's the meridian response. It's basically like you're getting head orgasms. That's what.
Yeah.
Like the actual.
For some
they make
people.
It sound like it's a prop. Yeah, it's meant to sound like a medical thing, but basically you're getting like little orgasms or something. It's quite gross. But they explain that when they hear these hear it, they get this little crackles or sparks across their head.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling I was having reminded me of that definition, or like what people were saying, what the people were reporting.
Yep.
And I don't know what that means. Like, is it just like so some people might like that brain massage, like people listen to ASMR to relax, I guess. So maybe I was in this heightened state of relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because like it's leaning up to everything, and then I felt like I was in a weird pre-wake stage where I felt like I was there walking around the room, but I wasn't in the room. I don't know if I was just doing stuff, but I wasn't doing stuff. I knew I wasn't doing stuff. And I don't know if that was a lucid dream where I was focusing in my space and trying to manipulate my space as a dream. And then I remember I remember waking up and just flinging my headphones off and then going back to sleep.
You're like, too much.
And I think that was the thing. I was like, fuck it. and I think, and I want to try it again, because then the next day I felt like I didn't get any sleep. Then I felt like I did get sleep, and I felt like it was a deep sleep, but not a deep sleep. It was strange. I had a weird day the day after.
I think you need to try it again without, because obviously you said you had the COVID shot, the second dose. And I have heard that the second dose does affect you in a lot of different ways, like physically and mentally as well. So I want to see you try it again. But having...
I'll try it again.
Yeah. But this time not being on anything.
I was going to try it this weekend. Yeah. My body is dying.
I kind of want to try it, but hearing what you went through, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, I think it can't hurt, I guess, is the thing. I mean, shit, you put fast food in your body, you'll be fine.
Yeah. That's
but
true.
I also think I don't think I did it right, because I think there's a specific way of doing it. You need to kind of be whoever makes the soundtrack has to kind of create it in a way that kind of coaches you through it in terms of frequencies.
Okay.
Because I was listening to a random mix of shit.
Okay, well.
that would also help. So I looked it up. It was whatever the top thing was on Spotify, and I just went, yeah, okay, that's close enough. And I put shuffle on. I don't think I was meant to put shuffle on. Just saying.
I don't think so. All right,
no,
well,
I don't think so.
If you find a proper way of doing it, share it. Share it with me.
Oh,
and we'll share it on our socials too, actually, once we get a proper one and not just fuck up our mental state like Nick did.
I'm schizophrenic now. Is this dream or reality? Well, it's funny because since then, I think I remember having one dream that wasn't really a dream, but it was kind of like, it felt like I was in a Saw game, but that was about it. There was nothing else really detailed about it. I haven't really dreamed since then.
Because I was going to say, it obviously didn't work, because if it's supposed to get you to dream and be in that REM sleep, it obviously didn't work for you because you haven't dreamt.
Yeah, that's it's strange. It's a really strange thing. I think Mythbust. Okay, this is we got one example of someone doing. Actually, no. You know what we need to do? We need to get Kristi's dad on it. we established this canonically. If Kristi's dad gives it the go ahead and it's true, then we can work off that. If not, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's just scientific fact. You know, that's what it is. Oh my god. Because then if I can get good, so what I kind of want to do, so like long-term plan wise, I want to use the binaural beats as a means to be able to get into a state of lucid dreaming and try lucid dreaming and see where that goes. I'm
keen to see where it goes for you.
I love how now it's become like this, like I'm this guinea pig that's going to become this, like, we'll see what happens. And then
and then next week's
like,
episode
what was
is
his
just
break
me.
Next
week's episode is just
like,
me. So Nick didn't survive.
Nick's here. He just can't speak. He's frozen. He's like, I've seen some shit. I peered into the veil and I didn't like what's staring back at me. Oh my god, that's too damn funny. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where this journey goes. So yeah, I'll give it another crack and see what we get next episode, and depending on how good I get, because I don't want to do it every night, because if I don't get sleep I'll get fired from my day job
and you'll be very cranky. I know what you like when you don't get your midday naps.
I don't nap during the day. On the weekends. No, it's on the weekends.
Pretty sure last week's episode,
no, I
woke you up from sleeping to record.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I do have a midday nap during my assigned lunch break. So we can that is true. I do have a Look, okay. So now on that note, let's talk about siestas.
Siestas, yeah.
I think, okay, we live in Australia, right?
Uh-huh.
But we work off a time schedule very similar to Europe, specifically England, right? But a lot of Mediterranean countries, they have siestas, right?
Yep.
But we don't. Why don't we have that? Like, it doesn't seem...
It's not fair. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
I mean, yeah. I know. It doesn't make any sense. It's like... It's confusing, because what is it? In Spain they get, what is it? What time of the day is it? I've never been to Spain. I'd like to go to Spain.
Oh, so would I.
It's like, what do they got? Okay, so it looks like, oh, wow. Okay, the siesta is the Spanish tradition. It's a midday pause where they eat at leisurely lunch with family and then often nap.
Aww.
Early in the afternoon time, when many people's bodies are naturally tired, some sleep experts have recommended siestas for people in other countries as well.
That sounds lovely.
I think it also has to do with the heat.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
That sounds so lovely. I mean, half the time I don't even get to step away from my computer and eat my lunch away from the screen. I reckon about every day I think I eat my lunch in front of my screen, which is terrible.
It's not good.
But I think,
yeah, especially now, like, you can't, because you're gonna get fatigued.
I know, but I think
you're gonna get fatigued.
The sad thing is, I think it's expected by so many workplaces these days.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we're working longer hours, we're doing more work than we used to, and the thing is, if you don't get your work done, then you either stay back late or you come in early the next morning.
It's so true. Because it's that, like, 5 o'clock becomes 5:30, becomes 6.
Yeah.
And then there's so many people that answer emails. It's like, it's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, go.
No, you go. You finish your topic.
No, it's irrelevant now. Continue.
It's irrelevant now?
Yeah.
Continue. Okay. So a lot of other countries, I'm sorry, I've gone back onto this nap stuff, but there's a lot of other cultures that do it.
Really?
Do these nap stuff. It's because it's very common in Mediterranean culture and subtropical countries, which makes sense. Because it probably has to do, that's the hottest time of the day, right?
Yeah.
So you want to get away and
we should
relax.
have siestas here in our summer, because we reach like 40 degrees Celsius.
Exactly. Well, yeah, because we're actually quite similar to countries like Greece and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when the further north you go, it's like it's tropical. Because like Greece does it apparently. They have, so the term referring to power nap actually was coined by Cornell University social psychologist James Maas. So there you go. That's kind of like where that trying to give a term to the siesta. It's like a power nap where it's like, yeah, you got to have this kind of boost in your day.
I love learning these little fun facts during our podcast. Makes me feel smarter every time we finish recording. I walk away just that little bit smarter.
Just a little bit. I mean, it's always you always get like you're always gonna feel smarter if your baseline 0.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Oh, now I'm sad.
You should feel sad.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep on going with these facts because I'm feeling bad. So apparently in colder regions such as Patagonia, they also have naps too. They have siestas. And Italy has, oh man, okay, I'm going to butcher this. Riposa in northern Italy, or Peninsula. That's a spicy peninsula.
I like how you're doing the Italian hand too.
I'm doing, yeah. I've always been told I speak with my hands. I actually have a university. I think it must be our ethnicness. You know?
I
actually, I don't think Asians talk with their hands.
I talk with my hands all the time. And
oh, I know. I've been on the receiving end of it, literally.
Do you know what? Actually, side note, do you know what I thought of yesterday? I was walking my dog, and all of a sudden I just burst out laughing. And Mum was like, what are you doing? And I was laughing at the time I went full wog on your ass in the office.
Oh my God, yes.
I didn't even mean
What were we talking about? I remember the result of it, but what was the topic?
We were in reception and we were coming out of the elevator because we were going to play netball because we have a netball team and we came first and won many trophies. Yep. And we were coming...
And beat Spotify.
And we were coming out of the elevator and you just stopped walking in front of me. And one of my pet peeves and when people just stop in front of you.
Yep.
And I didn't even realize I did this until you turned around and looked at me. And I just went, oh, no, what did I say? Oh, it was something along the lines of like, don't just fucking stop. I said it.
Yeah, that was it. I think that was it. Don't you fucking stop. I was just like, what the hell? And I stopped. I turned around.
Yeah,
did you hit me? Like, you pushed me?
Because that's
like
something.
You pushed me, like, just don't fucking stop.
And I was like, don't fucking stop, keep going. It was something like that. And because I would normally say that in a shopping centre if someone just stops in front of me, because I just have no time for that. Okay, and I could have, like, when you turned around and you had this look on your face, and I was like, oh my God, I instantly just went full wog on your ass, didn't I? And you're like, yes.
It's just like,
I felt so bad. It was just
your fucking what was it? Your little bit of crazy just came out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I was like, rein it in. You're in work, you can't do that.
Shit in. You know what? Speaking of naps and work, they need little, like, would you, just in general, not specifically our work, would you use a nap space if there was one?
If it was very well sanitized.
I think that would be the thing, because, like, depending on where you work, some people would do some nasty stuff.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I'd trust half the people in our office to be in that room alone for an hour. Even half an hour, I mean.
Because someone might go in and be like, look, I like to eat while I sleep. And you're like, what the hell's wrong with you? Someone might, the obvious hanky-panky or the hanky, no panky.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, no, I probably wouldn't use it.
It's like just farting. Because that would get in there. That would get in there. Like, I got a cushion I sit on, that smells like goddamn ass.
Yeah, okay, nah. I take back my yes and I'm saying no. I would not. Nah, after that, just the amount of things that people would do in that room, no thanks. It's like those cinemas where they have beds instead of chairs. I would not. Oh,
they're pretty cool.
No.
I got on that early, though. I jumped on those beds, like, before they were, like, common, and now I don't use it. Like, I wouldn't do it.
If you shone, like, one of those black lights over those sheets.
Oh my God, when cinema's open, we should do that. I want to see the stains. I want to see them. It's like a ghost just died.
No. Oh, yes. That's nah. But I have friends who swear by it. They're like, it's so comfy. And I'm like, no. But then they will go and say, well, have you ever slept in a hotel room? And I'm like, yeah, okay. But
it's worse. It's probably worse.
But I feel like hotel room sheets would be changed way more often than a cinema bed sheet would be changed.
I don't think they have bed sheets.
Oh.
It's just a cushion.
Oh, just like
a cushion.
Like a day bed.
They probably just pull out the cushions and change them every day.
I don't think they'd even do that. So if you're there at the start of the day,
look, I wouldn't want to go onto one of those beds after 50 Shades of Grey because I heard what they had to do in the UK.
What did they have to do in the UK?
Put plastic like Italian, like how Italian like grand nonnas where they have that, or even like just any ethnic grandparent had like a wrap there,
like that thick plastic that was about like 5 centimeters thick on every possible surface in the house. And if it was hot,
you got sticky on it. It's like nah. So that's what they had to do because of stuff.
Really? Oh, that's nasty.
Biological reactions.
That's nasty.
It's a state of arousal.
Okay, but I've watched those movies and they're terrible, and it did not make me want to do the things those people were doing in cinemas.
Some people have a lower threshold than others. Just
I'm more sophisticated than that.
I'm a sophisticated lady. I need a bit more work.
Damn straight.
Oh my! Have you ever fallen asleep while watching a movie, like in a cinema? Not at home, because like everyone's done it at home.
No, I haven't. And I hate people that do.
Neither. Oh my God,
why spend all that money to just fall asleep in a cinema? Just wait till it comes out on DVD or Netflix or whatever.
Yeah, it's like DVD. Now that's a dated statement now, isn't it? God
I know.
Damn.
As soon as I said it, I regretted it. I was like, oh.
It's like people who nap during a movie. I want to slap you so hard. My brother does that. I want to slap him. If you're listening to this man, I want to slap you every time you fall asleep. Yeah. He knows it.
I can't fall asleep in movies because I need to watch it full. Like
it's an experience.
Yes,
you're paying for the experience.
But I'm talking even at home. Like I don't like to fall asleep.
If you haven't seen it before, right?
No, even if I've seen it, even if I know what's going to happen, I can't fall asleep because I'm like, I'm going to miss it.
Okay, that's interesting. It depends. I guess it depends because sometimes I'm like, I'll like turn something on and I'm having a nap and I'm like, look, if this goes on and I have a nap, so be it. It's like, let this happen. I'm happy to have this happen. Well, how often do you nap? Just out of interest, do you nap?
I was actually just going to say, I can't nap. I have tried.
You're too wide for that.
Yeah, like I said, I can't sit still. I have tried so many times to nap. I can't even count, and I just can't nap.
Too much crackhead energy.
Yep, totally.
It's just, whereas like I'm the opposite. I'm like, I could have 2 or 3 naps a day. That'd be great. I can still sleep.
I wish I was like that, and I can't nap. I think it's because I feel like if I do, I'm going to miss out on something in the day. Because that's what nighttime's for. Nighttime's for sleeping. Daytime's for being awake and doing things.
Well, it's funny. I'm napping more, and I think it's because I haven't been exercising as much. Funny enough. Just because I can't do it as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn. But then sometimes you have a really good nap, and you're just like, yeah.
I've napped once.
That's really weird to hear.
I've napped once. Now that I think of it, it was Christmas Day.
Were you sick?
No. It was Christmas Day.
You were drunk?
No. I had just eaten so much, and it was one of those like freaking hot like Christmas days where it hit like 35 degrees. And I remember everyone had gone home, and I just went and lied down on my bed with the fan on, and I was out. And that's the last time and that was probably like 6 years ago. So that's the last time. First and last time I ever napped. A lot. Oh, look, if there's some decent food on the table, I sometimes need to stop myself because I will be in a world of pain.
Oh yeah, apparently the reason you get sleepy after eating is due to blood flow in the small intestines dramatically increasing after you eat. So if you have a big meal, there's a lot more blood getting pumped into the digestive tract for like digestion and shit,
Mm-hmm.
which leads to you feeling sleepy. It's that drop in blood flow from your brain.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go. That's why you got sleep. That's why I get sleepy after a big meal. I mean, shit. How much? I don't think. Look, there's not much blood up there anyway, so maybe that's why I'm so sleepy.
That's why you nap 2-3 times a day.
That's it. It's just like I just need to get a syringe and just shove it into my head. Oh my god.
But could that be the same sort of like? Is that the same kind of mentality as fainting? Because when you faint, doesn't all the blood drain from your head as well?
I think there's a lot. I don't know. There's like a lot of causes to why people faint. Like I don't know. Sometimes, well, stress could increase blood flow. Okay, so I've quickly pulled up some different conditions that cause fainting. So you've got heart problems such as irregular heartbeats, seizures, low blood sugar, anemia, and problems with how the nervous system regulates blood pressure. So it all seems to be okay. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe look, we're doctors now. Watch out, world. We're
That's
doctors.
it.
So yeah, it's that like drop of blood. I guess that's why people go like pale in the face, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes because it's that like loss of blood in the face, which means
I almost fainted. Not I've never actually properly fainted, but I almost fainted a few months ago. And that was because I had badly injured myself. And I think so I was at the gym and I crushed my pinky finger between the ground and a dumbbell. Don't ask me how I did it.
Oh.
And at the time, I was wearing fake nails because I was a bridesmaid for my cousin. So she requested us to go get our nails done. So it had actually ripped off half of my fake nail. And guys probably don't know the process, but when you go get fake nails, they like super glue it to your actual nail. So when it had ripped off half of that fake nail,
did the nail come off?
Well, it had ripped off half of my actual nail.
Oh,
yeah, right. And so I instantly knew I'd done it because the pain, like, far out. So I got taken into the bathroom and they got me an ice pack and everything. And mind you, I was getting married myself in 2 weeks' time. So I was like, great, I'm going to have a freaking nub on my wedding day. And the longer I was sitting in the bathroom with this ice pack around my finger, the pain just got worse and worse and worse, and my head just started playing tricks on me saying, you're getting married 2 weeks and you're not going to have a fingernail. You're going to have a nub for your wedding.
Oh, it sounds like it's more the anxiety that got you than the actual injury.
And then so the whole gym class finished and everyone came in like, you're okay, and everyone just kept asking me and I was getting so overwhelmed. And then I started getting really hot and I started getting really faint, and then one of my friends were like, you instantly just went white in the face. So they pulled me out and put me into like the main gym area and they made me lie down and they gave me food. And when I stood up to go walk out and lie down, I had to be carried because I was so close to fainting.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, well, my experience with fainting, I'm not a fainter, but I've had 3 moments. 2 of them were at the gym, but that was me trying to like lose weight, so I wasn't eating enough, and I was taking a ton of caffeinated pre-workouts, so I was
that'll do.
That was like caloric deficit, and my heart was pumping. So that was.
I'm surprised you didn't kill yourself.
Oh, pre-workouts, it's like, look, I know.
Pre-workouts, oh man,
feels so good.
Oh no.
I love them.
My heart just beats way too fast.
I was doing so much at one point. I was doing like 3 scoops of like really high.
Oh my god, that's so bad for you.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm fine now. I don't take that caffeinated stuff anymore. because it wasn't good. But there was one time I did faint at work. I fainted at work. This is before we were friends. And I came in. This is like, and it tells you bloody when it happened. Like, I was super fucking sick. I was like flu-y. I think I had a really bad sinus infection, but I still came into work.
Yeah.
And it was like, someone was like, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then I woke up on the ground. I was going to get coffee, and I fell on the ground. I just woke up on the ground, and I was like, "What happened?" And then people were like, "Oh no, what's up? Oh, we gotta call an ambulance." And apparently, I was saying, "No ambulance, no ambulance. Call my mom."
Wow.
And yeah, they don't know what caused it, because they did like brain scans and stuff. There was nothing like that came up there, but
so you got the whole, you got the works done.
I had the whole thing, because they were like, you're young, you're fit. It doesn't make sense for you to faint, even when you're sick like this. Like, they still don't know. So yay.
Well, see, I have a friend, and she faints at the slightest thing. Like, she is a serial fainter. Like, a little bit of blood, she's out.
Oh, I couldn't deal like that, because I knew someone who did that. Like, anytime she got like a blood test or anything, fainted.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, how can you do that? Like,
yeah.
Is it a fear thing? I don't like.
Well, I don't know, because we went dirt bike riding once, and like, we're average, so we don't, go that fast. And she fell off, right? And it wasn't a big stack or anything. And just the shock of falling off the bike, she just fainted. But it wasn't even like I've had some pretty shit stacks on a dirt bike, but hers was literally like she stopped, and then the bike just went like leant over, and she came off, and she fainted.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, to whatever friend that was,
I mean, we laughed. We laughed at first.
But then it's just like, oh no.
No. At first we laughed, and then we realized she actually fainted, and we're like, oh shit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, on that cheery note, I think we've been through the whole slew of different sleep related stuff today. We really have.
I'm keen to see you try out this.
See me try it. I'm not going to live stream this.
Oh my god, you can totally live stream this. We could put it on our socials.
It's gonna look so weird.
But I'm keen to see you try out this theta.
Yeah, if you want it to be live streamed, make sure you email and title it.
Do we have to blur out your face?
Binaural sleeps.
We have to blur out your face, because you could become famous after this.
It's true.
We're getting more listeners every week, so
every week, people listening. And if you're still listening, and actually that leads me to my next point. If you're still listening, thank you so much for listening. If indeed you still are. I've been Nick with Kristi saying thank you and goodbye.